Today, we're going to be comparing two inserts for your Weber Kettle to create two-zone cooking. I've got the FlameTechGrills Smoke and Sizzle over here. On this side here, I got the SnS Grills Slow and Sear and Drip N Griddle combo. Before I go any further, I want to tell everybody that I am an affiliate marketing partner for both of these companies. What that means is if you decide to buy one of these and use my link, I will make a small commission. However, neither company knows I'm making this video or has told me what to say in this video. This is my honest review with 20 years of grilling experience. The Slow and Sear I've been cooking on for around 2 years. As with the FlameTechGrills Smoke and Sizzle, I've got about 6 months worth of cooks on it. So I can give you a pretty honest perspective of how these products are going to perform for you and your grill. So let's go over these products one by one. Okay, up first, I've got the FlameTechGrills Smoke and Sizzle. This is made out of one piece of heavy-duty stainless steel. It's built just as heavy as the Slow and Sear. This FlameTechGrills does the job of two pieces in one. This lip here is what creates your two-zone fire. Your charcoal is going to go over here. This side here will catch any of your drippings and can also be used as a water pan. I'll show you that a little bit closer when we put it into the grill in just a minute. The price point on this one is around $75. I do have a discount code to save you a little bit of money. It does seem to be a very well-built product. No warpage. I have seen no defects. It's good craftsmanship on this product. When we talk about the Slow and Sear, this is going to run you around $100 for the deluxe model with the grate in the bottom, which this does not have the additional grate. I'm going to show you where that comes into importance later on. This has got a removable water pan right here. Okay, you're just going to use this if you're doing low and slow cooking where you want high humidity, which to be honest, I've not done a lot of. I've done a couple cooks because I've got my Lone Star grills over there, which is my go-to for low and slow. Let me know if you want to see a review video on that cooker. And then here is the Drip N Griddle, which this can be used for multiple things. You can cook on this. It's got a wire rack insert, but you can also use this as like a griddle and cook directly on it. But primarily what I use it for though is I line it with foil and I use it to catch the grease in the bottom of my kettle grill, which makes cleanup easier and prevents grease fires. This Drip N Griddle will run you around another $100. So roughly for the two of these, you're going to be into it for around $200. So that's $125 more. But they are more versatile. So I'm going to bring you over to my Weber Kettle. I'm going to show you how these fit in there and just how much charcoal they each hold. And we're going to do a little comparison on that. If you want to know which one I think is worth the money, you're going to have to wait to the end of the video though. As you can see, my grill is far from showroom new. This gets used all the time. The one thing I will tell you, whether you decide you want an SnS Slow and Sear or the FlameTechGrills Smoke and Sizzle, the one thing I will tell you do need to buy is this Easy Spin grate from SnS. As the name suggests, it spins, it doesn't hang up, but that's not the primary reason why I like it. It's this giant opening and the fact that you can load charcoal without having to take the grate out. To me, this is definitely worth it. Also, the stainless steel grate, I think is a big advantage. And if you're still using your Weber grate with that big circle in the middle that catches on your spatula and falls out all the time, do like me and put it in the trash right away. This is such an upgrade. Stainless steel, like I said, the big opening, I'll never go back. So let's get this out of the way. Set this off to the side. I'm going to start with the Slow and Sear. You can see that fits right in. I like to leave a small gap between this and the kettle so you're not heating up the kettle too much. I'll bring you in close and show you just how that looks. Now on this side, you're going to put in the Drip N Griddle. Okay, we're not going to need the grate. Your grill grate goes back on top, just like that. All right, now I'm going to fill this up with charcoal, and I'll show you how much it holds. I got some Jealous Devil Max briquettes here. Should be just about enough to fill this up. Okay, so that's actually just a hair overfill, but just about perfect, I would say. The grate doesn't quite close. I'll bring you in close so you can see that. Then we're going to switch the setup, and I'll compare how much charcoal you could fit into the FlameTechGrills. You see that gap? If I lift up the grill grate, you'll be able to see it better. Let me pull the grill grate out of the way. You can see that gap I was talking about. Okay. All right, with the grill grate gone, you can see that air gap I was talking about I left. I would say that was roughly about a third of a bag of charcoal in there. This is probably enough fuel to give you, I would think, maybe 8 hours in good weather. You see everything fits nicely. Great, this is a great setup. If I remove the water pan, we could definitely hold some more fuel. So that's going to depend on what kind of cook you're doing. See how that dropped when I removed the water pan. All right, let's get this out, and we'll switch this for the FlameTechGrill setup. I'll pull this out, and we'll put in the FlameTechGrills. All right, so this just drops in one piece. Now let's dump all this charcoal out of the SnS and into the kettle. See how they compare. Put this easy spin grate back in, and as you can see, there's quite a bit of room. This will probably hold about a half a bag of charcoal. So this will definitely burn for longer. Remember, with this one, you're using this part as your water pan. One disadvantage I have noticed with this is by not having it as two separate pieces, the heat conducts from the fire side to the grease side, and that grease will get really hot and start to burn in your kettle if you don't keep it cleaned out. So if you're going to go this route, I'm going to recommend that you line this in foil and clean it out between every cook, or at least every cook that drops a lot of grease. That is important to preventing grease fires. I'll put the other one on top so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. All right, so there's your slow and sear. You can see there's actually an air gap in between those two, as where the FlameTechGrills does not have that. It's not a deal breaker, but it's something you need to be aware of. One more feature on this slow and sear that I forgot to show you, I want to go ahead and point out. See how this has got the bottom grate and the other one doesn't? If you're burning lump charcoal, I think this is a pretty big advantage, because you know there's always a few pieces that are small. Even if you're buying good charcoal like Jealous Devil, you're going to get a few small pieces that might drop through. And I've had problems with those dropping through and getting jammed up in your clean out system. If you put this grate going the opposite direction as your lower charcoal grate, it's going to make a smaller hole and your pieces won't fall out. Also, by having a second grate, I think you're going to take some of the strain off your original Weber grate, and it'll last a lot longer. So you can see how small those holes are now. This, I think, is a pretty big advantage to buying the SnS slow and sear. Okay, so the question is, which one should you buy? Should you spend the extra money and get the slow and sear? Or should you go for the FlameTechGrills Smoke and Sizzle? This is going to be up to you. How much you grill and how much money you have to spend. If you don't grill that often, or things are a little tight and you can't afford the $200 for the SnS, I would buy this one in a heartbeat. I've thoroughly enjoyed using the FlameTechGrills insert. I highly recommend it. If you don't want to spend the money on the SnS, this is going to do 90% of the job. In fact, recently I've been using this just as much as my slow and sear. If you want maximum versatility, then I would recommend going for the slow and sear with the Drip N Griddle. But remember, that's going to cost you an extra $125. So you need to decide, is that $125 worth the few extra features? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. That's going to be a personal decision for you. I've been thinking about this video for a while. I've been wanting to make it, and I really didn't have an answer. Part of the reason why I didn't make this video, because I think they're both well-built quality products. So I can't tell you which one is going to be right for you. I can tell you though, whichever direction you go, you're going to thoroughly enjoy it. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something in this video. Head to Instagram, give me a follow over there as well, at Rusty BBQ Lamb. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know what else you want to see in the videos. Besides this Weber grill, I also have an SnS grill over there. You let me know if you want to see a comparison on that, because there's some big differences there. We can do another video just like this, comparing those two. Thanks again. I'll see you on the next video. Time to go wash my hands.